we all want to know when we're going to die. There is a man who lives here, Jim Sweeney by name, who owns this land, and he is convinced that when that tree falls, he will have less than 1 week to live.
Well, it's a fairy tree. There's an old tradition, do you see, that there was mass said under it, the time it was in the penal times. And I wanted to keep it up and that, but I had another bigger reason for keeping it up. And there was 6 families of Sweeneys in this place, and there's an old tradition that when the bush would fall, the last of them would die. Well, I happen to be the last member now of the family, and I could be 14 or 20, and if the bush fell, I'd be dead in a week, and because I took no chances. And so I'm propping it up, and every storm that comes, I do go out. Well, and taking the wires, and I'm afraid of my life, and I just want to get another few years out of the bush. And it's beginning to get chuck as well as myself, you see. And Donagh Dolan was telling me, and he freckened me more, he was down in Kerry, and this old man came in and he says, "Are you Mr. Donagh Dolan?" And indeed I am, Mrs. And tell me that Sweeney man up in Longford, did that bush fall till he die? Oh, God, he says, he'll be dead now. Well, God help the poor man, he says. How does he sleep for a while night? Wouldn't he be better dead nor suffering agony, expecting every morning to go, and he had only a week to live? Says he has it well propped. It doesn't matter what he has done, or if the spell is on it, it'll fall. And my God, that's the end of him. You'll get a man out in Africa, the wildest part of Africa, he never heard tell a god of anything, but it was only something in a river, or a crocodile, or a wooden image. He thinks of something above himself. Yeah. We all have an instinct. I don't know, I never get away, but I always think when I'm out at night and special places that, well, there could be people that we don't know, so we don't know.
Fairies?
Where do we go when we die? Maybe we're back here in this earth going around the harvest. Couldn't we be turned into fairies?
Do you really believe there are fairies under the tree now, Jim?
One of my ancestors came out one night, down the fields, he had a cow here, expecting her to calve, and he got up, and just between the lights in the summertime, he seen a piper playing and a whole lot of men dancing around that tree. Now, I came out myself one night and I thought I heard the voice calling me, but I didn't go back, because they say if you stood and went back to them, you'd never get away. They put a spell on you, and you'd be there for the rest of your life.
But there is a way that you could solve that problem, and that is if you decided to take unto yourself a wife and procreate it, as you might say.
Sure, the only thing you can do so is still do it.
Well, are you going to?
Well, I don't know, but sure, I says, Oliver Goldsmith, I still have hopes my latest hours to crown amid the marriage bliss I'd lie down, maybe, I don't know. But sure, you could never know what happened.
Because
sure, the fairies might work something for me. Well, God, sure, they could keep me young. They could keep you young. Sure,
what age are you now?
Oh, no, I'm not answering you that one, because I'm still on the lookout. I'm a bachelor. I cut off the heavy bits to keep it not to be over top heavy, because I want to preserve it as long as I can. I don't want to prepare to go no any of these days anyway. I don't want to go even if the weather is bad itself.
And what's the worst kind of weather, Jim, now?
A storm.
A storm?
Oh, a storm to blow it down.
It's a bit snowy. Were you worried now last night?
Well, no, I worried more of that storm or wind when it comes.
Supposing you came down one morning now, Jim, and you found that part of the tree was down, what'll you do?
What can I do when I see the priest and go to confession? You know, the time is getting short.
Is that right? Did you ever think of bringing any of the local politicians down here now to stand under it?
No.
You know, they could exercise it, you know.
Well, Mike, if fair on them, maybe we get rid of some of them, you know.
Well, come on and we'll have a look at the tree.
Right.
I must say, no, it looks solid enough. Like, I don't think that'll come down too easily.
God, don't knock it down on top of me height.
What?
God, she had knocked the whole thing down.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God, should run. That put out to shake it.
Did you feel
God, I don't want it to fall for long.
Did you feel a slight tremor?